Hello ROS developers and welcome to the ROS Questions and Answers video series. If you want to learn anything about ROS, this is your channel. ROS navigation, ROS with drones, ROS for autonomous cars, everything ROS is here. Learn ROS step by step and push your ROS learning in just 10 minutes of video. I am Alberto Ezquerro and today I'm going to talk about a question I found in ROS Answers forum. This one, which says compilation error in ROS Action Server code. So in the video of today, I'm going to be trying to answer this question and doing an example to reproduce it. But before anything else, remember to visit our Robot Ignite Academy, our online academy where you will find practical online ROS courses using simulated robots. No installation required. You will find a link to the academy on the video description. Now yes, let's start with the video. So as I've said, I'm going to be answering this question which says compilation error in ROS Action Server code. And this user says, hello, I'm using Velo code to implement a simple action server. And he shares here his code. And then he says, while compiling this code, I'm getting the Velo error. And I searched for the solution, but not able to figure out the problem. Okay, so let's try to reproduce this setup. So I have here opened my ROS Development Studio with a project on it, which I have named Testing Action. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create a package. I'm going to open also the IDE in order to visualize everything better. And the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is to create a package, and I'm going to place that code into the package. So let's go to the Catkin workspace SRC. And here I'm going to create a package, which I'm going to call, let's say, test action. And then he's using C++ to code this, so I'm going to add the dependency of C++, ROS CPP, and also ActionLib and ActionLib messages, since I'm going to be working with actions. And finally, he's also using these robot calibration messages, so I'm going to add as well this as a dependency, so robot calibration messages. There we are, so let's create this package. There I have it, so now it will appear here in my Catkin workspace SRC, excellent. So now here I'm going to create a new code, let's call it action code.cpp. And inside this CPP file, I'm going to paste this code here. There we are. So copy and paste. And let's save it. And then the last step is to add this to the CMake lists. So let's go to the build section of my CMake list in order to generate an executable for this. There we are. So let's first of all add executable. Let's call it action code, let's say, and then src action code cpp. Then let's add dependencies as well. There we are. So this will be action code, and then let's add here this action code exported targets. Oops, sorry. This goes inside this. There we are. And also the Catkin exported targets. There we are. And finally, let's target the... Oh wait, I see... I have an example here, so let's take this one, paste it here, and let's comment all this. Okay. So let's... action code and Catkin libraries. Okay, great. So we have here our executable. We are going to generate here our executable, which will be called action code from this action code CPP file. So yeah, let's try to compile this and see what happens. So let's come here, let's make this a little bit bigger, and let's try to compile this and see what happens. If we get any error, if it compiles successfully. Let's see. So here he says he's getting this, well, this is actually not the error, this is a note. It says no known conversion for argument 1 from, okay, whatever. Okay, so this is compiling. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so it has crashed. Great, so yeah, this is what we were looking for. It has crashed. And here we can see, for instance, this okay, yeah, so basically the error is here. This is the error message. No match for call to. Okay, so it says that this gripper-led command action, this one here, it's failing. Yeah, so this is failing. And somewhere around here, we would here. I think this is this one. It is the no known conversion for argument. This is the note that the user has passed here in his question. But yeah, the actual error is this one, and basically this means that this execute callback is wrong. And why it is wrong? Okay, let's explain this because it's quite a source of confusion in actions. So let's try to explain it the best we can. So basically, as you can see here, he is using a message from the robot calibration messages package, which is this gripper-led command action age. So let's do one thing. Let's open a shell, just 1 second. And let's go to this robot calibration messages package. And as you can see inside here, we have an action directory. And here we have the message he is using. So this is the message file that defines the action message that he will be using here. Yes? And the name of this file is gripper-led command .action. Okay? Now let's open here a new file. I'm going to do explanation here. Actions.txt. Okay, so basically we have the action file, which is this one. Yes, the name of the file that defines our action messages in this case, it's this one. Yes, gripper-led command. Then this will generate a series of messages when this file is compiled. Let's say it generates a series of messages. Yes. Then basically the messages that this file generates are this one, which is the general message. Let's say the gripper-led command action, which actually it's being used here. Yes, where the action is defined, here is where this message is used, the gripper-led command action. Yes, but besides this one, it generates also all these messages. The feedback, the result, and the goal. So it generates this gripper-led command action feedback, gripper-led command action result, and gripper-led command action goal. Yes? And these messages are the ones that we will use when we communicate directly through topics. Yes? So, for instance, if you want to publish a goal directly, if you want to send a goal to the action publishing directly into the topic, we will use this command. Yes? But whenever we are working with an action in code, we will use a different message, which are like these ones, but without the action here. Yes? So when we are coding, we will use these messages here. All of this is generated when you compile these messages. All of this is automatically generated. Then these messages without the action here, these ones we will use them when we work with code. It can be in C++, in Python, it doesn't matter, yes? But whenever we are using code, we will use these messages here, yes? Whenever we are working in the topics level, we will use these messages here, yes? Then in this case, in the callback, this is the callback, so when we set the goal to our action, to this action we are defining here, when we send a goal, this action will call this callback, yes? So what this function, what this callback function will receive, it is the goal, yes? Then here, as you can see, he's using the grepper let command action message, yes? But instead of that, it will have to use the goal message, because he will receive here a goal, yes? But we are not working on the topics level, we are working on the code. So it's not this message, but this message here, without the action particle, yes? Then instead of this grepper let command action, we will use the grepper let command goal message. Yes, so let's remove here the action and let's add goal. Yes? Is it more or less clear? So basically, summarizing, we have this file. Let's have a look, we can have a look at this file. So it's defined like this. Yes, it has only one field, this let code. The feedback and the result are empty. Yes? So this is basically the definition, and whenever we compile this message, this file that defines the message, all of these will be automatically generated. Yes? And then whenever we want to work on the topics level, we will use these messages. Yes? The feedback, result, and goal with the action prefix. And whenever we are working directly on the code, we will use these messages without the action prefix. Yes? Okay, so we have changed our message here. Then let's try to compile again our message. Okay, so yeah, as you can see now it has compiled perfectly and we are able to launch our code. So yeah, what I wanted to explain, the important part of this video is this, to understand this, the difference between these messages and these ones. Yes? So yeah, that's it. I hope you have liked the video. If so, please give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel and press the bell for a new video every day. And either you like it or not, please share your thoughts and questions in the comments area. And also in the description of the video, I will put links to a course that we have in the Robotic Night Academy about learning ROS basics in C++, if you are interested, for instance. And yeah, that's it. See you in the next video. Goodbye.